Okay. Hi, my name is Patty Chan from the Center for Music Innovations, and today we finally have our artistic advisor, Dr. Chih-Sheng Chen, to talk to us. Hello, Dr. Chen.
Hi everyone. Hi Patty.
How are you doing?
Fine. I'm in quarantine
You're in
in
quarantine.
Shanghai.
Wow, that's, I think everybody is either locked down or quarantined nowadays. I'm sure you're
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of work done during the quarantine.
yeah. But there's still a lot of work have to do.
Right. So I just want to have our listeners learn more about you. Since you're collaborating with Center for Music Innovations, I want them to know who you are and what your background is. Can you tell me something about, your musical background?
Musical background. Okay. I love your words. Finally, I have this interview. Okay. I started to learn piano when I was 7. It's the first year in primary school. Uh-huh. But play piano is very boring for me.
Uh-huh.
Was very boring because you have to sit there and play and practice maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. Uh-huh. So I didn't like. My mother uh, worked out, not at home. She had to go to work.
Mhm.
So she asked the neighbors to check if I I practice every day or not. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's boring. But the fourth year in primary school, the Chinese music club uh, started, and so I participated in the Chinese music club and also the choir because at that time I'm very good at music class
Oh,
in music class.
uh-huh.
Yeah, so the music teacher they both loved me very much.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. So, and uh, it's just the hobby. Music for me is just the hobby.
Hmm.
So in junior high school, and I'm forced to do, of course, forced by my parents to the men on study because we have senior high school entrance exam,
Hmm.
and after senior high school we have university uh, entrance exam. So it's very important. Uh-huh. So my most of my time was spent on the study. So in junior high school, I almost didn't touch music.
Right.
But it's funny, my classroom is just next to the we we call music major students class,
Oh,
just the next class.
sure.
Uh-huh. So every day I can hear they were practicing,
Oh.
and also because their second major uh, were Chinese instruments.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. So I can
You can
I
hear.
can hear they they played 二胡, 古筝, 笛子.
And
Yeah,
you already played erhu by then, right?
yeah, from the fourth year in primary school. Uh-huh. Yeah. So, for me, when study is boring, then I really want to show them my skill. Yeah. And because it's their second major. So at that moment, my technique is better than them.
Oh,
Uh-huh,
uh-huh.
uh-huh. Yeah. And after I entering the senior high school,
Mm,
mhm, and there is uh, also has Chinese music club, and of course I loved it. Then I participated. Uh-huh.
mhm.
And then from the first year, because I learned erhu before, so compared to them, because they entered the club and started to learn,
Oh,
so it's different. It was different. So I was selected to be the conductor.
oh, wow! At such a young
Yeah,
age.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, but you know, uh, I didn't have any training and experience,
mhm.
so just wave my hands. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not just conducting. Hmm.
So you were how old at that time?
It's 15,
15, and you started conducting.
15.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, actually, in primary school, the sixth grade, right? Sixth grade, the 6th year. Yeah, we had a choir. Uh-huh. And I was the conductor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you
Okay.
showed some talent early on
Yeah,
conducting.
yeah, like every semester we have music exam,
Mm,
music exam. And my music teacher, uh, usually she gave us easy questions,
right.
easy questions. But one semester, she gave us a very, she thought it's very difficult.
Right.
And she said nobody will get the 100 is score, right? 100 score. Yeah. Nobody. She was very confident that, oh, nobody can get the full score. And, but I got. So she said, oh, it's impossible. But she checked it several times. Oh, okay, you got
Wow. So it was
the
like the
100.
dictation. It was music dictation or
It's a listening
listening.
test.
Hmm.
Yeah, listening test. Uh-huh. Yes, then she played a melody and some chord and
And you.
asked us to write down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's good. So you already had a love for music at an early age, but
yeah.
then you
Mhm.
decided or you went into sciences.
Yeah, because I was set to the study, not to be a musician.
Hmm.
Yeah, of course. At that time, my erhu teacher he ever suggested to my mother that he can uh, go to the music the perform to be a professional musician if
Right.
you want. Uh, but my mother immediately reject him.
Uh-huh.
Uh, mhm,
Is
mhm.
that what you
Yeah.
wanted to do though? Were you thinking you wanted to be a professional musician?
No, no.
No, you didn't want to do that.
I wanted to be a scientist.
Wanted to be a scientist. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And so you went and you studied and you received your PhD in science.
Yes, in senior high school, I played in music club, right? Chinese music club. And I spent most of my time. But uh, because I want to have more time to practice in the club,
Mhm.
so I studied very hard. Uh-huh. So at that time, like every day, I woke up very early, around 5 a.m.
Mhm.
No, I didn't set alarm, but I can woke up just by myself
Uh-huh.
and took the first bus to go to school. Then study. Yeah. And of course, after all the class finished, then I can just go to the Chinese music club. So that was a very happy 3 years.
That's good. So you're very disciplined to be able to do that.
uh, you because you want to do something, then I tried to how to say to save more time for for music.
Hmm.
uh Yeah, and then I entered National Taiwan University. Mhm. It's of course it's good university, the top one in Taiwan, and I major in is agricultural chemistry, agricultural chemistry, and at that uh, summer vacation, I entered the uh, Taipei Chinese Orchestra, youth orchestra,
Hmm.
hmm and they are all professional. But I was lucky I can enter, yeah, because I'm amateur. I was amateur, right? I'm amateur.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, yeah. So at that time, it's really opened my eyes and mind. I suddenly, there's a lot of very good players,
Hmm.
young players, and I can learn in the orchestra, learn many uh, repertoires. Yeah. Of course, I played the zhonghu.
Hmm.
I was the zhonghu sectional leader. Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. And also, I administrated the all the instruments. Mm,
What do you mean?
you know, just I have to set all the instruments. If
Okay.
we want to go to have a concert, right? I have to set the schedule and how many and shipping everything.
Okay, so you took care of the logistics of before concert
Yeah.
preparation and everything.
Yeah. Mainly on all the instruments.
Hmm.
So it's the first time I contact the music administration. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you learn a lot doing that when you have to
Yeah.
plan. Yeah.
And in Taiwan, we have music competition every year.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it is held by the Ministry of Education of Taiwan government. Uh-huh. So, I, my university, National Taiwan University Chinese Music Club, we participate every year.
Mm.
And my club is very strong. So every year we win the first first prize.
Mm.
So for me, it's very boring. Because before go on stage, we knew we will
You
win.
win. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, at my third year in university, I was the deputy conductor.
Mm.
Uh-huh. And at in my second year of graduate school, everyone is busy on the thesis.
Right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but I already finished my thesis, so
Wow.
I I I participated in the election of uh, conductor. Yeah, of course I was selected to be vote to be the new conductor. Yeah, and of course we got the first prize again. Yeah, of the competition. But at that time, I feel very boring, right? I want to do more. I want to share music
Hmm.
to more people.
Right.
So I I asked, I suggest
Hmm.
uh, to all the players, we should do something. Uh-huh. So we did many educational concerts for the students, primary school students,
Oh, okay.
and do many did many community concerts. The concerts for communities.
Right.
Uh-huh. It's all free. Uh-huh. All free. But it's very difficult because we didn't have budget.
Hmm.
So like we 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 borrowed like how to say the the cleaner, you know, uh, they clean the like the four leaves or the trash or something.
Right.
The cleaners buy borrow their uh, tricycle.
It's like a cart,
It's
right?
a cargo. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We borrow there, and maybe one kilometers this distance, but it's small, but we can use it to ship our like timpani. So we have five timpani. We have to ship five times. Uh,
Wow.
and all other instruments. But it's very not easy, right? But
No,
we were very happy to do this.
it sounds like a
You
lot
know
of
what?
fun. A lot of fun, but a lot of
Yeah,
work.
yeah, a lot. And you like a Christmas
Hmm.
concert. Uh, that. in the it's the I don't know how to say it. It's a multiple function space, uh, the indoor space, and you can have uh, basketball game there. You can have meeting there. You have can have lecture there, and of course we did concert there.
Also,
Uh
it's like
huh.
a gymnasium, right?
Yeah, maybe I don't know this word. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. But there are more the whole primary school, maybe more than 1,000 students.
Wow.
They all sit down
Mhm.
and looked and watched and listened our performance. And of course, we were young, right? So we not just play music. Of course, the music like Christmas songs, and then many cartoon
Oh, yeah.
music or
Right.
something, so that all the students, all the kids there, they are very happy. And we also combine some dancing,
Mhm.
and we also prepare many candies, or yeah,
Wow.
and all share to them, so they are all crazy. And also, because there are more than 1,000 students, right?
Mhm.
So it's very noisy. So we also try to ask the donation to support us to rent the equipment, the sound, like speaker,
Oh, right. Sound system. Yeah.
yeah, sound system. Yeah, 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 yeah. So all the student can hear very clearly.
Right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but it's the most expensive part. Uh-huh. So we did more than 10, uh, just 1 year maybe, or 2 years. Yeah, we did more than 10 student concerts, and of course we have other concerts for community. Uh-huh. I thought, oh, it's impossible to just ride bicycle or tricycle every time, right?
Uh-huh.
So we registered Little Giant Chinese Chamber Orchestra. Uh-huh. Yeah. Then we can apply the grant
Hmm.
to support our events. Hmm. Yeah. So, but why use Little Giant?
I was just going to
Yeah.
ask you that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because everyone in in the interview they asked me, yeah, it's my nickname.
Right.
Mhm. It's
Okay.
my nickname.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My friends, my classmate, he is more than 1 meter and 90 high, but he called me Little Giant. Okay,
It's a good
yeah,
name.
yeah, because in the beginning we focused on the students. Uh-huh. So it's very easy for to them to memorize.
Yeah. Very memorable name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So every time after a concert, then all the students around you, and they yell to you, "Oh, little giant, we love you, come again," or something. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and also it's very good. Their parents, after after listening our performance,
Mhm.
their parents they asked us, could you set a music club, Chinese music club in our school, or we we think you you uh, you did very important works.
Mhm.
Uh, we want to help you, or we want to donate donate you or something.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's good.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's my background.
and it's so active, even though you're studying in school, that you're able to stay so active and take your orchestra around the community.
Yeah, yeah. And then because we had Little Giant, right?
Hmm.
And after the to be the conductor only 1 year, so it's how to say step down the position. Uh-huh. So I focus on Little Giant works. And of course, I said I participated in the TCO Youth Orchestra, right? So I have some professional friends.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. They wanted to play in GCO Little Giant. Uh-huh. Yeah. So we have some amateurs and some professional players,
Oh, okay.
and then some of them maybe need an ensemble to accompany their solo or something. So we started to do some professional concerts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the scale is still small. It's ensemble scale. Uh-huh. Then in 2000, 2002, mhm, a very famous deeds player from China, Yu Xunfa. Uh, he was the guest professor, or maybe visit for professor, I don't know, in National Tainan University of Art. And I asked him, could 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 he collaborate with Little Giant? And he said, "Oh, of course, no problem." And I said, what's your program?" Because it's then he played the solo and we accompany.
Right.
And he said, uh, it depends on how many players you have. If you have more than 60 players, then I can set a concerto
Oh,
piece.
uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Also, it's suddenly I was so ambitious, right? Ambitious.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's already my second year in my PhD. Uh-huh. PhD. So um, I I talked to my professor. I said maybe in my life only this chance. So I want to how to say rest 1 year.
Oh.
Actually, the first half year
Mhm.
is to do the concert, and the second half is uh, no student ID, but I I still do experiments in the lab.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And I called more than 70 players. Some
Wow.
are professional, some are amateur.
Mm-hmm.
And we did 4 concerts in Taipei, Kaohsiung, Tainan, and Taichung. 4 cities, 4 concerts. Hmm. So all the performance fee, all the concert hall rental fee, all the shipping, all the travel, all the hotels. I paid all the the money. Uh-huh. Yeah. Of course, I almost bankrupt. Yeah.
That's a lot of money. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of money. Yeah, yeah. Of course, at that time I didn't pay a regular pay to the players. Yeah, yeah. But most of them are my good friends. They want to help me. Yeah, they want to do something together.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So that count, and it's ridiculous. It was ridiculous because of course, I applied for some grant. Uh-huh. But it was the first big concert,
Right. Right.
and they the juries thought uh, the Yu Xinfa, this player, is so famous,
Yeah.
so your tickets must sold out. So you don't need
Oh,
you
really?
don't need grant.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I didn't get any grant. Uh-huh.
That's surprising. I thought they would support this for sure because he's such a,
Oh no
famous
no
person.
no no no. It's not easy. That's easy. Uh-huh. 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 They need your credit, then they help you.
Mm.
They support you.
Right.
Yeah. It makes sense, but actually to have a credit before you have a credit is the most difficult moment actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So from that 2002, the first big concert, the 4 big concerts,
Mm-hmm.
then Little Giant started to do uh, large orchestra concerts.
Mm.
But we still kept doing the educational concerts, community
Right.
concerts, and ensemble concerts. Hmm.
And did you
Yeah.
know at that point that this is what you wanted to do? Like, did you know that you wanted to do music full time eventually, or
No, 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 no.
you're still thinking science at that point?
Yeah. Yes. 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 And of course, I did several years. Then the director of Taipei Chinese Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
One day he called me. Yeah. He said, uh, "Why don't you come to work in TCO and help me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can work in a professional group, not just in an amateur group."
Right.
Mm. Yeah. And I thought, oh yeah, and of course he promised me you can work in daytime, right?
Right.
And in the evening, or if you really need to do the experiments or in lab, you still can off can do, and you still can keep doing Little Giant
Right.
concerts.
Right.
So I thought, oh, it's good. I can I
Uh-huh.
can. So I agreed. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So you got
So then I worked from 2004 to 2007. Uh-huh. I worked in TCO 3.5 years.
mhm.
Hmm.
And you learned a lot there too,
Yeah.
right?
Huh?
You learned a lot there too,
Pardon?
like more.
Two parts. The main part is, of course, there is a lot of guest conductors.
Mhm.
So I every day I can observe,
Yeah.
I can learn from them. Uh-huh. So it's very worth for me. Uh-huh. And I learned a lot of good experience and conducting technique,
That's
skill. Hmm. And the second part is the do administration is not difficult for me because before I uh, entering the TCO,
mhm.
I already did a lot of administration works, but I didn't know how to be together or how to deal things with professional musicians.
Oh,
I didn't
it's different.
know, or totally different.
Different.
Yeah, yeah, the amateur, you have so strong passion. Everything you want to do the best.
Mhm.
But for professional, of course, their skill, everything is good. But sometimes you have very good skill, but maybe you lose your passion sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. So at that time, my attitude, I know. Oh, sometimes I have to adjust, not just keep thinking, oh, why you 100% uh, to practice or passion to just one piece or for one concert because for them every week they have a concert.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So after the 3.5 years, then finally I know. Okay, some skills to to be together with the musicians, professional musicians.
Mhm.
Hmm. And because I didn't finish my PhD, so then how to say, resigned. Yeah, I resigned and go back to school and to finish my PhD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and because my wife say no PhD degree, no marriage. Of
Wow.
course, at that time it's girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
So I go back to lab
Uh-huh.
and finish my PhD. I finished in 2009. Uh-huh. And I married in 2010.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And in TCL was very busy because it is a professional orchestra, right? And of course, I after getting the PhD degree, then suddenly I I I I I was very free, right?
Hmm.
Because at that time I didn't have a new job or something, right?
Right.
Uh,
And no,
so I thought, huh?
no school anymore.
No, yeah. So I thought maybe I can. I didn't want to give up student life, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I participated the entrance exam of the Furen University uh, music department
Oh,
and conducting
uh-huh.
major yeah, the exam.
Right.
Hmm. And I was lucky. I passed, so I entered. So there was no gap
No gap.
after PhD. Then I go to
Your master's.
yeah. You know, it's funny, um, because you have to show them your bachelor degree.
Right.
For normal people, you have to show the degree.
Yep.
Uh-huh. It's how to say. It's not a license. It's just your how to say
It's like
your degree.
your diploma, right?
Yeah, diploma. Yeah. Then you can participate in the exam, right?
Right.
Yeah, because it's too long ago from my bachelor, so I lost my
Your diploma.
yeah. I mean, and the paper, you know,
Right.
that paper.
Right.
Yeah, I lost.
You
So
lost.
I showed them my PhD degree diploma. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They say, no, you cannot use this. Nobody use this.
Oh,
You
really?
only can use your. I
Really?
say I also have my master diploma. No, you cannot.
Really?
So it's funny. Uh-huh. Then I entered the for the university and I learned conducting from Professor Guo Lianchang. Uh-huh. And you know, at that time I already conducted on stage, especially on the national music, national concert hall. Sorry, national concert hall. Already 10 years. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So my teacher, Professor Guo, he 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 taught me totally different from other students. Uh-huh. It's
Because
more like friends and discuss music
right.
and just give me some suggestion. Not from the beginning to teach you how to conduct.
Right.
Yeah. You know in Taiwan the conducting at that time the conducting mainly begin from graduate school. Like in China, they begin from the university. I mean the bachelor. Uh-huh.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But in Taiwan, only from graduate school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But now you can major conducting in bachelor, but at that time it's mainly uh-huh. It's from graduate school. Uh-huh. Yeah. So so many of my classmates they are still learning the skill,
Just
but
is
yeah,
there a
yeah, yeah.
is there a big difference between conducting Western and conducting a Chinese orchestra?
Yeah, it's different because we can discuss like Chinese orchestra. We have plucked instruments, right? Uh-huh. And the Western no. And the development of instruments of Western instruments are better than Chinese instrument, right? Yeah. So, and of course, their material, like violin, use the wood,
Mhm.
and they have fingerboard, so it's easier to be more together to other violins, uh-huh, and more stable.
Right.
But all the erhus is not easy because the snake skin, uh-huh, and no fingerboard.
Right.
So Western conducting is more focused on the vertical, the chords, uh-huh, and the structure. But Chinese music conducting is more focused on the melody. Uh, it's the how to say the parallel, the melodies and the uh, timbre. How to say it?
The timbre.
Timbre? Yeah, yeah. The different colors. Uh huh.
So
Yeah,
that's what you learned in your during your studies, like I guess
yeah,
conducting both
yeah.
the Western and the Chinese orchestra.
Huh? Sorry,
Learned,
pardon.
learned in your studies like how to conduct both the Chinese and the Western orchestra.
In class, conducted the Western
Mm.
Symphony and Wind Orchestra. Uh-huh. Because in in Fudan University, no
No Chinese.
no Chinese orchestra. No,
Oh,
no. Hmm. Yeah, but I had a little joint, right? So I still conducted, and of course at that time I taught several students music club. Uh-huh. So I have a lot of time to chance to practice
hmm
my conducting skill. Uh-huh. And in my mind, I had many good experience from the TCO guest conductors.
right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you were developing GCO. Like, what was your dream for GCO? Like your, I guess your mission with GCO.
In Mandarin we say "发扬国粹,美化人生." It's in English. It's just to promote, share the the best treasure. I mean the Chinese music.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. To the world, to
Right.
promote it and to share it to the world, to people. Okay, and to let your life be better.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
like you've gone beyond Taiwan, of course. With your orchestra, you've gone international. Like you've traveled around the world promoting Chinese music. I think you,
Yeah.
yeah, is that's your goal, right? Is to share it around the world.
In because in Taiwan, also in China, maybe in Western, also the same. They think, especially Chinese, I mean, or people from Chinese, from China or from Taiwan, maybe they're thinking their concept is, oh, Chinese music is lower.
Hmm.
I mean, the level is lower than Western music.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't agree, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I want to do something to show them we are not as we are not as you think.
Mhm.
Yeah, and because of some good experience, I collaborated with some Western musicians, especially n- not yellow skin. I mean the white or maybe other colors. Uh-huh. But not yellow. Okay. Th- I certainly I found they respect your culture and your instrument.
Mhm.
But the key point is uh, like you have to uh, achieve the request of the score, like the rhythm, the it should be very precise, and the note you should play in tune or something. Yeah, it's basic, but it was not easy to Chinese music musicians. Yeah, because our instruments not very stable, right?
Mhm.
And before many of the Chinese music musicians, they only read the 简谱, right?
Mhm.
Not stem notation, and maybe their basic training was not very good. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
But my generation or younger than me, many of the players, they are well trained. Uh, yeah, they play the piano from the beginning,
Right.
and yeah, they passed a lot of very difficult entrance exam, right? So their technique, their ear are very good, and they are good ensemble or orchestra players, not just to be the soloist.
Right.
So, to collaborate with foreign musicians, if you can do good job, yeah, then they really respect you. They don't think, oh, you cannot uh, go on how to say good stage, do good music. You cannot do good music or something.
Right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But in Taiwan or in China, sometimes they say, "Oh, you play violin. Oh, and you play erhu. Oh, oh."
Yes. Yeah. I think there's
Mhm.
it's a different type of attitude or the perspective. They think that playing Western instrument is more impressive or more important than playing traditional Chinese instruments.
Yeah, maybe because of the politics, right? Because maybe 100 years before the Qing dynasty or something, yeah, it was very weak, right? So, so our confident
Yeah.
confidence
I think
is,
attitude gradually change. Yeah.
yeah, maybe the Tang dynasty at that moment everyone thought, oh, we are so strong, right? Yeah, but I think sometimes because uh, the more time I to I be together with the musicians,
Mhm.
uh, the more ideas. Like I think they mainly focus on practicing their instruments. They but they don't know how to promote, or they don't know how to very efficiently to handle a concert or do administration works. Uh-huh. So I try to to how to say to affect more my friends. Of course, the friends in National Taiwan University,
Mhm.
because many of them are the uh, top, uh, outstanding uh, of the human resource, right? Uh-huh. Yeah, in different field, you know. Maybe they only like lawyers, like bankers, or yeah, a lot of important people. Uh-huh. They we just need this, just say some small things, or just small support. We can have a big budget, right?
Mhm.
Compared to culture budget.
Right, right.
Uh, yeah. I wish. I hope you can understand. Yeah. So I I think I have the res responsibility, because I majored in science. Uh-huh. But if I can uh, affect more this level, I mean the different field in Taiwan, different field leaders.
Right.
Yeah, then I want to let them agree and willing uh, to help or promote, uh-huh, and do more things for the culture, not just the music, but for the culture part,
Mhm.
uh-huh, not just for business or science. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. So, and compared to other musicians, I have this connection, right? Because yeah, in National Taiwan University, yeah, I have many teachers, professors, right? And also my classmates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but musicians, maybe they only have music connections.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you
yeah,
can do more. You can reach more people.
yeah, yeah. Poor English, just reach more people. Okay, two words, then I have to explain very long.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I guess like with the collaboration with CMI to build a database, how does this fit in with your, I guess your goal? It's to share more, I guess reach more people. Um,
yeah. Now, because Little Giant constructed in 2000, right? Till now is already 20 years. Uh-huh. Yeah. And of course, in the beginning, we played many very classical Chinese music. And most of them were from China. And also the ensemble piece, of course, most of them are the uh, Guangdong music, Guangdong province music, right? Or Jiangnan Sizhu, right?
mhm.
Uh-huh. But I don't think it's very suitable for Taiwan Chinese music ensemble. Of course, I have to learn, I have to play. But after play several times. I want to do more things and okay, two parts. Do more works to promote Taiwanese composer or Taiwan music.
Right.
Yeah, so I collaborated with many Taiwanese composers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I want to set a Taiwanese Chinese music style. Uh-huh. Yeah. But it this word this sentence is very easy, but you really need a lot of pieces to support.
Right.
Uh-huh. And the second, I want to be more international. So I also invited many foreign composers to compose Chinese instrument. Of course, they don't know Chinese culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
So their style is totally different from Chinese culture.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But for me, if you always want a foreigner to learn Chinese culture, then they can play Chinese instruments. It's very big barrier.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible to cross, you know. Uh-huh. So um, think the opposite way. Chinese instrument is just an instrument. Uh-huh. So if we can play all different style of music,
Mm-hmm.
uh, different countries, different composers, they give us different style. Maybe jazz, maybe pop song, maybe their local style. We
Right.
all can play. Then actually we are international, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just uh, uh, in different color. Yeah, yeah, our instrument to provide them different color. So I want all the composers, all the composers, they must have uh, I mean, an instrument bank. I mean, in their mind, right? Like, oh, when I want to compose a piece, then I before maybe they only think, oh, I have flute, Western flute, I have oboe, I have clarinet, I have violin, I have cello. But after the collaboration,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe they say, oh, I still have pipa, I still have erhu, I still have sheng or guzheng. Yeah. So then more and more composers they use Chinese instrument
Mm-hmm.
then Chinese instruments and Chinese music will be more international. Uh-huh. So it's why I'm doing. So every year I participate different uh, festival, international music festival. We did the workshop to introduce Chinese instruments. Uh-huh. And we do many reading sessions. They just all the composers can just compose maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, very short piece.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Then we we practice and play for them,
Right.
and they can know the function of each instrument.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They get feedback.
Then yeah. And after this, I try to create international collaboration. Like they they invited us to there, and we can play their piece. Maybe just for Chinese ensemble, maybe in interculture, that mixed ensemble. Also, they we invite them to go to Taiwan and to show Taiwanese musicians and to an audience, of course, different style music, but played by Chinese instruments.
Right.
And the forth and back and several times. Then, of course, the cultural exchange and it's let us more tight, closer, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
like with the the Houston Rice University
Mhm.
we did before. Uh-huh. We did the first time they invited us to their Professor Chen Shihui. Uh, he was the chair. Uh-huh. Yeah, sorry, she was the chair, so she invited us to there. We did several workshops and reading sessions. Then uh, many of their graduate PhD students or the professors who graduated from Rice University. Uh-huh. They composed maybe six compositions. Uh-huh. For Little Giant. So we played in Taiwan. And we also did master class. We invited them to come to Taiwan
Right.
and to 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 share their experience of their own compositions and their experience to use Chinese instruments in their compositions.
Mhm.
Mhm. To share to the Taiwan students.
Right.
Uh-huh. And after the world premiere, then we did a tour in South Illinois, in Santa Cruz, uh-huh, the California University, Santa Cruz,
Mhm.
uh-huh, and in Rice University, and we also did the recording and published the recording.
Right.
Uh, yeah, so it's good, very good, and 3 year project,
All right. But it's
Yeah,
great you're able to do so much, like reaching out to composers and
yeah,
bringing
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, bringing awareness, like at least all over North America here, and I think you've gone to Europe as well to
Yeah,
play new music and to also play the composers' music from Europe. And so it's
yeah, and it's South American.
as well, yeah. So you're really,
Yeah,
really
yeah,
expanding Chinese music and Chinese
yeah,
instruments.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And because now most of the repertoire, the program
Mhm.
are very new, and compared to Western classical music, Chinese music is, I mean, Chinese ensemble or Chinese orchestra
Music
is
is
very young.
yes.
Yeah, it's very young. So most of the repertoire uh, are very new to people.
Right.
So I don't want, especially a new composition. Uh-huh. I don't want just to play one night in a concert. Then nobody. know this. Nobody knows this. So I did good recording and of course audio and video recording,
Mhm.
and I want to share to people. Maybe you cannot uh, listen very complete in the concert,
Right.
but you can use you can listen again and again via YouTube
Right.
channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So now I'm doing this, but before I did this only maybe the program note or all the concert information are in Mandarin, were in Mandarin. Yeah, most of them. So uh, many people, foreigners, they left message
yes, they can understand.
under the video. They say, "Oh, please show me the English composer's name or the
Mhm.
title of this piece, blah blah blah."
No.
So I really wanted to. Yeah, it's so many years ago. I wanted to. Oh, we should do something.
Mhm.
But English is a very big barrier to me, right?
Not.
Like maybe to you, the Mandarin is a very big barrier. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Of course, we can translate, but I can translate, but it's not very smooth and not native speakers style, right? So go back to your question. So why I want to collaborate with CMI, yeah, because you have passion to do this, and I also want to do this.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, this is something I wanted to do for many years as well, because when I started listening to your videos and watching your videos,
Yeah,
we need English.
but
Yeah.
it's a very huge work. Uh-huh. Yeah. So before you met me, you already watched my videos?
Nope. It's after I met you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. At that time, maybe the YouTube just started, right? Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I met you in 2008, right? But I
I
didn't.
forgot.
Yeah, it was at the Hong Kong Chinese Orchestra
Uh-huh.
Festival.
Oh, yeah. At that time, still have VCD, maybe.
Yes. So, yeah,
And
technology.
go back and go to DVD. But now the resolution of DVD, oh, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
So I already
Yeah.
had a dream of doing that. Once I started seeing, watching the YouTube videos and everything, I thought yeah, it would be great to be able to reach English readers.
Mhm.
And so that's why, I started CMI finally and took it upon myself to ask people here to help me with translation. And hopefully, step by step, we'll be able to do more and more to grow the database.
Yeah, because now in I have more than 1,500 videos, but now in on YouTube only released uh, around 1,000. Mhm. So it's a big work,
It is,
step by step,
yes.
and then not only translate the concert information or the program note, the composer. Not only this, I want to uh, collect more side materials like the judge of the the concert is judge. Okay, the review maybe.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
concert
The
reviews.
reviews or maybe the magazine journals or
Mhm.
maybe sisters or something. And I want to do more, like to share my conducting. Maybe all this part on the score,
Mhm.
there no dynamic change or no tempo change.
Yeah.
And but I want to share my interpretation
Yeah.
and also sometimes share the skill. Oh, this part, why I have to divide, why I have to combine, and especially many difficult part, how I overcome it. Uh-huh.
Yep. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of work for you to do too.
yeah.
Mhm.
So the more works I have to do, then it means the more work you have to do, right?
So we'll take things one step at a time. Yeah. But I think it's really
Yeah,
the beginning, right?
yeah. But compared to the musicians before, we are really very lucky. Uh-huh. Because before only the composers can 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 be very famous in the future, right? Because they can have the scores, right?
Mhm.
But then no audio, no video for
Right.
the conductor, for the musicians,
Right.
for I mean the instrument players.
Right.
But now we have this opportunity. We can
Mhm.
show everyone uh, our performance, and also we can check back. How to say? Yeah, like me, I why I have to spend a lot of money to make good audio and video recording because I can look
Look back.
many look back many times. Uh-huh. And I can check if my music thinking logic is is illogical or not. Uh-huh. Yeah. And also my act, my conducting act. Uh-huh. And maybe my on stage also the act. Yeah, yeah. It's like the angle of a bow is correct, is or not.
Yeah.
All the details. Uh-huh. I can do
Yeah.
double, triple, several check. Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
improve it and improve it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's very important. Uh-huh.
That's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think we have to stop the conversation now because we can go on all day. So
Uh-huh.
we will definitely be talking with you again. And thank
Mm-hmm.
you so much for your time.
Mm.
It's been very interesting to learn so much about you. And we'll hope to. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Bye
Okay.
bye.